Come on, good boy. Hello. Right, we're walking out to the Grain Tower, and it sits right on the point where the Medway meets the Thames estuary. And there's a good point. That's Southend on Sea over there, and we're just walking down the old track, the old path, brick stone path, which has been covered. A lot of it here has been covered with the mud and silt, but areas of it could still be seen. I'm walking carefully across this because I know the last time I came out to this, a lot of the blocks have gone, been washed away, so I don't want to put my foot down where I might sink. But this is a mid-19th century gun tower, and 68-pounder guns I think it used to hold. It was originally built during the mid-19th century to protect Chatham Dockyard, which is down the Medway there, and the Isle of Sheppey, the ports there and harbours there, from any attack from the French Navy. Later on, World War I and World War II, it's been converted many times and modernised, and as we get closer we'll be able to see, you'll be able to see the additions of the wartime 20th century additions as opposed to the earlier 19th century original tower building. Navy's enjoying this. Beautiful day. So low tide is at about half an hour, so we've got a small window to go out and have a look and get back before the sea cuts the tower off again. So on the other side is another fortification of the same era but earlier, and both of them sit perfectly at the mouth of the Medway River where it joins the Thames, and are in a good position to defend against an invading navy. They would have had a hard time to try and get past these, not just the mouth of the river that they are able to defend, but also a great vantage point with any ships coming in to invade London and attacking the Thames, and any shipping ports we had along it and affecting our industry. Huge areas of the path have disappeared, been washed away, but pretty amazing that given the shifting of these mud flats that they're not in worse condition. I mean, one day they will just crumble away and be nothing left, just random rocks scattered about. Oh, this is really muddy through here. That's why I wouldn't want to venture too far off in either direction out into them mud flats. So over time, the brickwork can easily be identified as being later World War II, World War I, World War II additions. The main tower on top is a later addition as well. That is critically corroded. The cement is really breaking up on that. The concrete is so brittle as the metalwork within it rusts and crumbles away. I wouldn't even try and get up that. Very dangerous structure now. But we'll take a closer look at it. So there's several ways up into this. You're not really supposed to go up there. In fact, you're not allowed on it. But there is a little way to get up and get a good viewpoint. But I will warn you, if you're caught on this, they will throw you off of it. So at your own risk, be it. But it is such a beautiful day. We've got plenty of time before the tide starts coming back in. And I want to get round and get back because we don't want to get cut off. And there's a few other places we want to go to today, and one's downriver, which I'm really excited about. It's been there a while and I visited it before, but it's where we're going to stop off for a bit of a refreshment and we could take it in. But I won't say anything about that until we're there, so that'll be coming up in a little bit on this video. So let's get on and go and have a look at this. So I'm walking up to it now. There used to be some ladders. I think they still are there. So we'll have a little look, see if we can get up. But it is still impressive to be this close to it, even now. Yep, there's the ladders. Wife and Navy. You can see the concrete is really getting eaten away and exposing all the steel reinforcing bars. That walkway up there, I've actually walked across that. I don't think I'll do that anymore. It's a lot worse than what it used to be. There's the ladder going up still. We'll have a look up there in a minute. Explore around here. I've not actually been around this part because when I last come up here the tide was just coming in, and never saw this. This looks like an old half out to a jetty for boats bringing supplies over for when the tide's in and anyone was stationed on this. And it obviously looks like some sort of loading jetty there. And obviously winch supplies, ammunition up. I'd imagine that's the only way they could get the ammunition on it. I think it was 68 pounder guns. The guns have been changed over time, modified as technology of warfare advanced over the course of time. You can see out there the other fortification, the other side of the river. It's a beautiful day today. And again, more apparent brickwork from later editions, machine gun nests, that sort of thing. Look out, and then you can tell the 19th century tower itself. Right, go around this way. Lots of oyster shells I've seen dotted about. Not surprising, because Whitstable's only just round the corner of the Isle of Sheppey over there. Just about see the Isle of Sheppey behind that pier just sticking out, and round the corner from that is Whitstable and the famous Whitstable oysters. This is a way up, but bear in mind this is private, shouldn't really be here, but been here before, and let's just have a quick look around, because I think it'd be such a shame to lose this. It's a piece of history, and I think they should do something with it and open it up. You could easily run boat trips out to this and let people have a look around it. As I say, it'd be a real shame to lose this forever. But let's go and have a quick look. So this is the addition, because we're outside of the original tower. Kids have obviously been here graffitiing, but you can see the decay of the rebar is really getting bad now. It actually looks worse than when I last came here, I think. So it's obviously speeding up. Someone's chair. We've been having barbecues and all sorts. But things like this stairway, you can see there how it's cracking, and again up the top of a walkway, at least to the upper chamber. Now I've been up there and I went via that route. I'm not going to do that this time round, because looking at this you can see where the stairs have cracked, and that is not going to be nice falling down there. And that walkway, that's all coming apart as well, so under its own weight it's slowly falling down, so I wouldn't like to be on it when it does go. Inside the old fort, I wish I'd brought a torch, but these passageways go off. Hopefully the cameras pick it up. It's very low light, but there is still evidence of 19th century machinery in here. This is the lift mechanism, I believe, that would take the ammunition, the shells, up to the big guns. And it goes all the way up into the building. Some of the masonry work, these archways and pillars, it's just such a shame that this is just being left. For a fortification, is the other thing I will say, be careful of if anyone does come up here. There are long drops down in the floor, and it is very dark, so we will go very carefully. Steps going off. That goes off out, well, it looks out into the World War II edition, or World War I, World War II edition. A lot of these have been barred up. So these walls were built to take some serious artillery shelling. Must have been, well, it was never, to my knowledge, attacked, but it would have been frightening. And that is the power station to the Isle of Grain. Let's go up these steps. And we have daylight. Some more rooms. All these little rooms off. I wonder what each of them would have been used for. So this is a walkway into the later addition of the building, the structure. I've walked across that, but I wouldn't advise anyone to try that now. If a gust of wind came through there, that's a long way down, but the condition of it, in any case, is very deteriorated from the salt air. You can see by the level of the corrosion on everything, these steps and everything just crumbling away. And this big tower, I wouldn't even dream of trying to get up there now looking at that. So this leads out through to the main gun placement. And in one of the rooms below is where we saw that lift. And you can see the rails on which they used to swing the gun round and used to pivot on that plate. All this section here is additional. But there is the lift bringing up the munitions to here. And just by looking at that view, you can see why this was a fantastic strategic spot for any incoming attack from any foreign navies. And that's actually a clearer view there of the Isle of Sheppey. The boat coming up the Medway. So that's the other side of the upper part of that tower. But that is so corroded. The structural integrity of the concrete holding that up is just so deteriorated now. And I don't think it'll be too long we'll come back here and it'll be gone, or the local authorities would have pulled it down for safety. And there's the path leading back. And there's another view of the S.S Montgomery, the Monty, laying at rest, menacingly laying at rest, a sleeping monster. Get back, I think. It's gone 2 o'clock and we're at slack tide. But I don't want to get caught on that cut off and have to spend the night here. So we're going to head back now. There's a drone in the air somewhere. I like the footage he's got. Probably hear it just above me, flying over. I bet he's got some good shots of that tower. But there's a couple of people turned up. Thought I'd let them have it to themselves, have a little look round. Just told them to be careful because of the holes of the floor. I've been in there before, but I don't think they have. So just warning them too that for obvious reasons they're not really supposed to be on it. But we're going to walk back. We're going to head down to the second location of our little trip down here to the Isle of Grain. Right, we are in Strood, Rochester, Strood. We're not far from the castle, but that's not what we've come to see. Come to the second thing that we're going to go and have a look at, and it's just over there. So we've come to the boathouse on this second part of the video, and it's on the Strood side. It's a restaurant bar with a very nice outdoor seating area overlooking the banks of the Medway, and it's located on the Strood side of Rochester. and over there, behind where the train is now going across the bridge, is Rochester Castle. But we're not here to look at that. We're here to look at this. U-475, the Black Widow. Russian class submarine. She was launched in 1966 and decommissioned in 93. So this has been here a while, and from what I can read off of the internet, she was sold and was going to be turned into a sort of floating museum. She was used as a nightclub bar. So this ship was used in a 2014 film starring Jude Law, The Black Sea, where they discover a submarine that's full of gold, and they use this outdated ex-Soviet submarine to go and retrieve it from the Black Sea. It's a good film actually. It's worth watching, and it's got a lot of footage of this old sub, but no one's sure what the plans are for her future, whether she will be restored, whether they just let it sink onto the bottom here. But I can't see the Port of Rochester local authorities, you know, allowing it to just stay here and rot like that, because this is a busy part of the Medway River, and I mean there are some derelict wrecks dotted about in various places. So I don't think they want another wreck adding to the junk along the river. But it's sad, really, to see it just sit here. So ironically, this isn't the only U-boat or submarine on the river. Further downstream towards the estuary, where it meets the Thames, not too far from the Grain Tower, in the marshes, is a German World War II U-boat that was captured, towed and left, and it's been there ever since, and it was covered by a lot of silt and mud. But I'll insert a photo, but it's very decayed now, but it's a shame. I would like to try and go and get it some images of it. There's also this funny little thing I spotted that's sunk. This little, it looks a bit more military than I don't know, just a normal river boat. It looks quite old as well, but you can tell by everything growing on it that when the tide rises, she must completely get submerged. But I might try and find out a little bit of history on that. If I do, I'll put that on here as well. But I didn't know that was here, because most times I've come down here, it's been at high tide.